Hi guys. Welcome to take 2 of Flosstube number 11. Don't know what happened with the first one. For some reason, the sound I was getting from my computer was very tinny and weird, and it hasn't done that in the other 10 videos I've recorded on it, so, not really sure what's going on there. So I've had to switch over to my phone, so excuse me if my eyes kind of go all over the place trying to figure out where to look. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the right spot right now. But anyway, this is a first. I haven't had to do it on my phone before. So take 2 should go quicker. We'll see. Welcome to everybody who's new. Hi, if you've been here 1.5 million times and you're awesome for coming back. Okay, not really 1.5 million times. I only have 10 videos out. So, yeah, not 1.5 million times. So, if you've watched the others and are back, welcome back. So I'll try to remember. I'll probably not remember all the small chit-chat talk I talked about in the first one. The first one was really fun. It was cute. My daughter showed up in the end, and you got to see a picture of her. She got all done up as Elsa at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in Disneyland when we went this last week. And anyway, it was very cute. She came and said hi. But different video. We'll do that another time. She'll come back down. She's passed out on the couch on her daddy's shoulder. He's playing on the Switch. And she didn't want to go to bed. She wanted to lay by him. So she's asleep on his shoulder. It's very cute. Anyway, so this year I am focusing a lot on magical stitches for my stitching. The magical stitches and literature group. So I was in that last year, but I started kind of later in the year. So I never really fully got in the swing of things. So it was Harry Potter last year. I was Slytherin. Snakes did win. Woot woot. That was the all in all end of the year total cup. And this year they're doing Disney themed, and I'm a Disney fanatic. Anybody who knows me knows this. I love Disney. And I grew up an hour and a half away from Disneyland, so I went a lot when I was young. And actually this year, so we just went this last week, we went Monday and Tuesday. My dad took the family, minus my mom, she doesn't really care for Disneyland, but took the 4 grandkids, me, my sister, and my husband to Disneyland. And I'm going to be going back again the beginning of March for my birthday with 2 girlfriends, one who has never been to Disneyland, and then I'll be going back in July for my anniversary, and probably a couple other times between now and the end of the year, so I just bought an annual pass. It's a whole lot easier. Even though I live in Utah, yes, I bought an annual pass for Disneyland. It's just better that way. So anyway, with the theme being Disney this year in Magical Stitches, I was all for it. I got all my spreadsheets ready, been planning stuff out, so I'm as organized as you can get. I love it. We're reading the Kingdom Keepers series and the Villains series. It's the one that has, like, the cool pictures of the villain on the front, and then... Anyway, I don't remember who it's by, but each month we'll be reading one of the books. We're kind of going to alternate between Kingdom Keepers and the Villains. So, this month was the first Kingdom Keepers, which I have discovered is a fabulous series. I mean, I've only read the first book, but I read it in a day, and absolutely loved it. Loved the storytelling, loved how it was set up, all that fun stuff. So, all of the homework for Magical Stitches is based around... this month is based around the first Kingdom Keepers book, which is Disney After Dark. And if you haven't read it, I would recommend reading it, even if you're, not a kid or, young kid or teenager. Read it. It's good. It's good. So with starting out with Magical Stitches, even, the very first week, there wasn't tons of days. We still had some homework, which was nice. And then, so the very first week of January, we had a little bit of homework. I don't even remember what it was. That one I didn't write down. But mostly it was unlocking our ability to get into the park. And so we unlock that by stitching so many stitches for a certain thing. So we had to unlock the monorail, we had to unlock the ferry, we had to unlock Main Street, we had to unlock Frontierland, and right now we're working on unlocking Cinderella's castle. And basically you can unlock it as fast as you can to get a participation badge that they give, which is just a little cute little thing you can save on the Facebook page. You have to stitch a minimum of so many stitches. It could be 25, it could be 75, it could be 150. Frontierland was 150. Cinderella's Castle is the really big one, and to get the participation badge, that's 1,000. But the end goal is huge. Like, if we get Cinderella's Castle quick, it's going to be pretty impressive. It is a lot of stitches to unlock. So that's part of it, in addition to the challenges. And then, of course, you have the ultimate reading challenge, which you have to stitch as many words as there are in the books. So that's a humongous number. Then there's a reading challenge where you're trying to meet the characters and you're spelling out their names by way of books, either the first word of the title, ignoring the and a if you want, or the first letter of the first or last name of the author. So I've been doing a lot of reading and I've been doing a lot of stitching in the new year. It's been fun. So what I'm kind of going to focus my Flosstubes on is kind of how Garrett Coffee Stitcher does his, where he kind of shows what he stitched on last week and then plans for the next week, and then throw in stash if I have stash or random things here and there. So I'm hoping to figure out what's going on with my computer, because it's just weird being on my phone. I keep wanting to look over here, but that makes my eyes go over here because the camera's over here. Anyway, so we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm just going to scoot this a smidge so I can see the words. Yes, it's balancing on my computer, which I figured was the best place for right now. So this last week's homework, this is how they started it. It said, "Dear guests, we hope you have enjoyed your first week at your resort." So we're all staying in different resorts. So I'm in Boardwalk. I think there's the Grand Floridian. Anyway, it's 4 major hotels from Florida, none of which I've stayed at, but that's okay. But anyway, I'm in Boardwalk. And it says, "We are so sorry that you can't see much of the park because of those pesky overtakers," which in the book are the characters who are trying to take over Disney World. "We have a crew working on getting rid of them, but it's going to take some time." So that's what we're doing with our stitches. So we unlocked Frontierland, kind of rescued that. We rescued the ferry, etc., etc. "We have several stitching activities that will help us with defeating them." And so these activities, this last week and the coming week, it's 200 stitches per project. So the first prompt for this last week was, as you know, several of the Disney rides are full of animatronics. You need to help the Imagineers by stitching on a project that contains an object that has human characteristics. A rabbit wearing a coat, a bird wearing a hat, but you cannot stitch on a human. So for that one was actually a pretty easy one for me. I am doing for my, gotta get my patterns back out. For my mom, a Madame Chantilly April Dulce Dormir. So it's this one. Okay, there we go. Said I'm getting used to this. First time I'm doing it on my phone. So this my mom actually picked out. And so it was easy because we've got the bunnies in human clothes. So that was a pretty easy one. That one was a new start, because we always need 17 million new starts. Not really, but what can I say? I like new starts. So this one I am doing on Fabric Flare fabric from Stitchery Express, and it's the red barnwood, and that is how far I got. So just like Dad's head, his little arm pointing, Anyway, but it's going to be cute. It's going to look like they're up against a barn. So, got 200 stitches in on that. I don't know when I'll actually get that finished for my mom. The last project I started for her is going on 10 years. So, yeah. Okay, prompt 2 was our characters hide in the haunted mansion to escape security. They escape them in the stretching room. Stitch on a project that stretches you, taking longer than needed, out of your comfort zone, etc. So, of course, I pulled out the project that's been taking me now is going on 10 years and a restart. Because when I had started this project, I converted it to Anchor because the shop that I went to buy floss was like, oh, you have to do Anchor. It's so much better. And so I wasn't as into stitching then as I am now. I mean, I've been stitching for almost 30 years, but I had been out of it for a while. So I did what they suggested, converted everything to Anchor. But it turns out that with Anchor, with the purples, for DMC, there might be 3 different colors that are one color purple in Anchor. So I wasn't getting the variation in the purple that I wanted for this piece. So the piece that I decided to work on, it's this one. It's Touching the Hem of God, James Christensen. And as you can see, there's a lot of variation in this purple, and you get into these areas. And with Anchor, all this purple here is all one color. So you don't get that variation. So I decided to restart it, do it with DMC. I will finish the one with Anchor. My best friend's mom actually really likes this picture too. So I'll be doing that for her. I don't know where to look in this thing. I don't know if I look there. I don't know if I look there. Oh, well. Sorry. Okay, and so, big piece. It says 18 count. And anyway, that's where I got. I put in pretty much all of this right here. So, her dress is down here, and this is all purple. But you can see this different variation that you get, which with the Anchor, all this is one color. So you don't have that change. So I'm very glad I changed it around. I'll put it that way. Here, there, here, there. I'm hoping to figure out my computer, what's going on with it. So that was that one. Prompt 3 is Wayne is very vital to this story. He is our go-to for all information. As you know, he lives wait, hang on. Oh yeah, this is right. As you know, this is the problem when you're doing this second time. I'm like, wait a second, is this? Yeah, this is this last week's. As you know, he lives above the fire station. Stitch on something that relates to a fire station. So I pulled out this pattern by Riverdrift House Needlework Designs, and it's Paradise Found Sampler. So that's what it looks like. So for me, a fire station is a building, and this has 2 buildings in it. So I actually worked on this one down here. And I'm not sure who this fabric is by, but it's nice. I think it's 18 count. So I already had the 2 little top parts done there. And so what I added was that right down there. So it's coming along. And I think if I just kind of look in them, as I said, I don't know where to look at on my phone. I don't use my phone. And I have it turned sideways so you can see more. So that gets it even more confusing if it was just straight up. But then it's too narrow. Welcome to 2020, people. Okay, so that is that one. Our last prompt was the pirates are the overtakers workers. They are all over the parks. Stitch 200 stitches in black. DMC 310 or Anchor 403. So I decided to do Anchor 403. It really does cover fabulously. So I was working on Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. Love this piece. And I decided to do the black parts in Anchor. Just to play with it a little. I've done a lot in 310. It's kind of nice to just switch things up every now and again. So the fabric that I'm doing this one on is another one that's from Stitchery Express. It's from Dove Stitch. And I also used this for some of the unlocking of things in the park, so got quite a bit of it done. And that's where I got. So we got our witch flying on the broom. Except for it's just the witch. I actually took this one into the park and stitched on it on Mickey's train. So that was pretty fun. So this one has been to Disneyland. It feels special. So that was all the stuff for this last week. So I'm going to jump over real quick. Sorry if it shakes a little. Remember, you are on my computer. Feels special. Okay, so here we go. So for this next week, they had posted, thank you for stopping by the activities desk. We hope you've been having fun interacting with the new DHI hosts at the Magic Kingdom. That's explained in the book. We're really excited about this new technology. We are still working out the kinks because it doesn't reach Tom Sawyer's Island. We've been hearing reports of strange things happening at the Magic Kingdom. We do have to report that because of these happenings, the Small World ride is closed for repairs until further notice. Again, that happens in the book. We have heard rumors that sometime in the future we can start taking tours inside Cinderella's castle. However, the tour is being held up because it is a maze to get inside the castle, and one wrong step and a guest could wind up in the moat, which might be fun, but not a magical way to spend the day. We're working on unlocking, so you can take a tour. Not to worry you, but you should be warned that one of the overtakers have figured out how to leave the Magic Kingdom. It was reported that a strange lady wearing long white gloves was seen driving around town. People have reported they have seen green skin, but no one is sure if it is really Maleficent or someone else. Just be on the lookout, please. So the activities, again, are all based around the book and those projects. So the first one is our DHIs communicate with each other virtually since they cannot be seen together. So you need to stitch on a project that you were enabled to start by someone in Magical Stitches or another virtual group you belong to. So my first question with that was, does Flosstube count? The answer was yes. And then Katie the Stash Queen had posted on there something along the lines of, what if we can't remember who exactly gave us the idea, but we know we started it with this huge, there were tons of people stitching and all this stuff, and one of the admins went, so basically you're asking, can you say Stitch Mania made me do it? And she said yes. So, and the answer was yes. So, basically, if you've seen somebody do it on Flosstube, or Stitch Mania, or on Facebook, or whatever, that counts. So, for me, that was pretty easy. Mine that I chose to do was Santa's Village by CCN. This was, I believe it was Stitch All the Things that I saw her finished one and just loved it. So I'm doing this all as one. My mom calling. If I was on my computer, I'd just pause it. But I'm not. So anyway, we've got the 12. There we go, that one. That was Santa's House, Poinsettia Place, North Pole Post Office, Mrs. Claus's Cookie Shop, Santa's Stocking Shop. Oh, store. Reindeer Stables. Christmas Tree Farm, Candy Cane Cottage, Santa's Sleigh Works, Gingerbread Emporium, Elves Workshop, and hot cocoa cafe. So I got these all from Cindy at Stitchery Express. Planning to get the little buttons to add on to as I finish things. So with that one, notebooks everywhere. I'm doing it on a Fabric Flare fabric from Stitchery Express, and this is tiny gray snowflakes. And this is where I've gotten so far. So I'm doing it all as one piece. So it'll be all on one big piece. So I'm going to keep working on the red, stretching that out, and start adding some more little details there. Probably keep on going with this one, use it for several projects. I'd like to get this one done this year. Yeah, I might say that about all my projects. It's not going to be happening really, but what do you do? So the next prompt is, since you are to be on guard for Maleficent, who we believe was wearing delicate white gloves to disguise her hands, stitch on something you think is delicate or dainty. So for me, I'm pulling out my 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street. I'm doing it this way, the all-in-one. And while all the little things are delicate and dainty that you're doing, the reason I'm doing it as my delicate and dainty is because I'm doing it on 40 count silk gauze, which it's hard to get much more delicate or dainty than that. So I'll be adding more into that. I actually really enjoy stitching on 40 count. I've got another tiny project I'm working on that I'll probably finish this year. It's pretty close to being done. And I find it very relaxing. I know, I'm weird. Number 3 is, as mentioned, our technology does not reach out to Tom Sawyer's Island. Stitch on something that relates to the great outdoors or camping. I don't have anything camping-wise. I don't know why. Probably because I don't go camping much. So I decided to pull out, I'm going to hold it out back here. This isn't the full printout, because it is all done. This was 2018's Sal, Frosted Pumpkin. This is their Into the Jungle, because the jungle is outdoors. And I bought the kit from them. So this is on whatever fabric it was that they did it on. Woo! So that's how far I am right now. Got the cute little sloth on there. So I'm not sure if I'll keep working on the bottom, move up to one of the squares. I don't know. It's 200 stitches. So we'll see what we end up doing on that one. And the last thing for the homework is Cinderella's Castle tour would be amazing to take. However, the start of the tour will begin at a trap door. Stitch on something that could be hiding a trap door. So I pulled out one of my Miras, and it's my Alice. Love this one. Absolutely love it. And I am doing her on a hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie. This is it's cotton candy. And it's the right way up. This is what it looks like. And that's about how far I am so far. Just a little bit, make sure that's centered. There we go. Just a little bit started on the center. So, and I'm stitching her because it looks, to me, she's on a stage. Looks to me like she's standing on a stage. And a stage could be hiding a trapdoor. So that's what I'm doing there. Okay, so that's the major homework. And the other thing that I'm working on is my stitching for Cinderella's Castle. So that's 1,000 stitches, at least, that I need to put in that. So I decided to devote a project specifically for that, and that's just what I'm working on. So I have the... in this house we do Disney, in this house we do all the different ones that do that. So I do have the in this house we do Disney, of course. And I have the in this house we do villains, and I have in this house we do Star Wars. So I'm doing this on a Fabric Flare fabric from Stitchery Express, and it's the Pink Nebula. So I actually had to restart this one. Woo! Because I started on the black one and I hated it. So that's how far I've gotten. So I'm just going to keep plugging away on this, and this is kind of going to be my Cinderella castle. So we'll see how many stitches, how much love this one gets. And my husband and I actually went through and we changed around colors, so different parts are going to have different colors and everything. So it's going to be pretty epic. Oop. My floss is trying to escape. So I'll be working on that this week. So that's really what I'm working on this next week. If I get those done, I am working on the extra credit. There's both books and stitching. I've got, I think I finished up 2 of the extra credit books already. I'm working on a 3rd. And I haven't really finished up any of the stitching extra credit, but I've been keeping busy with everything else. So I'll probably get some of that done too. Last, just show some fabrics that I've got in the last month, pretty much. So the fabric flare party that I'm part of, that came in. So I'm part of the regular and the limited edition. Both of these say limited edition, so I don't know which one's regular and which one's limited edition. They both say limited edition. So this one is Send Me Love. So it's this medley. Has these 4 prints. I'm seeing a Victoria Yevchenko, maybe a Soda Stitch. Something like that. That's what I'm seeing on those. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it yet. I can figure out how to fold it. And the other one was Pink Crystal Holly. And yes, it is that pink. It is gorgeous. It's actually showing up it's showing up more true to color on my phone. I love that. It was more brown on my computer. So, I'm sensing something Christmassy. So we'll see how that goes. In the Stitchery Express buy and sell group, somebody, I don't remember who, had posted some fabrics for sale, and I saw these and just had to jump on them because I saw one and I was like, I must have that because I have a plan for it if it works. Might have to do a little color converting, but it'll be pretty awesome. So this is a 32 linen, and it says Fabrics by LJ. Smells good. So this was one of them. Love that. This is the one that I have plans for. And if it works out, it is going to be epic. I'm very excited. And then the other one I got, so that was a linen, 32 linen, and this one was a 32 Lugana. And it's called Princess. Sensing a mermaid or a princess. Goodness knows I've got a lot of them to stitch. So I'm excited for that. And then the last bunch of fabrics that I got, Dying for Cross Stitch did a giveaway on their page of different lots of fabric. So I entered all of them, and I won one of them. The one that I won was the 14 and 16. It had 14 and 16 count data in it. And so I got 2 pieces of this one, which is a 14 count, and it's opaled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she uses the same fabric softener as Mo, because it smells the same. I love it. So anyway, this is one of the pieces. Very Halloween-y. Beautiful orange. It's a little darker orange in person. So that was one of them. And this is the other one. So I got those 2 pieces. Then this was the 16 count of the group. Nice purple. Love the modeling on it. You can see a mermaid. I could see so much on that. I need more time to stitch. So much. Then this one is the same color as the first two, but it's not opal. And this is a bigger piece. It originally was 31 by 32, but some has been cut off of it. But it's still... Oh, wait, no, nope. This one is the original size. This one is 31 by 32. The 16 count had originally been bigger, but pieces have been cut off, so... yeah. It's a big piece of fabric. Yeah, very, very big piece of fabric. Then, to my shock and surprise and just awe, there was this piece in there as well. If you look, it's huge. This is a full half yard. So it's a 14 count, and it's this gorgeous blue, gray, mottled piece. Okay, guys, I've never owned a half yard, a full half yard. Yeah. Actually, this might be more than a half yard. I think it's a full yard. Yeah, full yard of fabric here. 35 by 56. Not cut into, pristine. I have no clue what I'm going to do on it. Something, we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the cross stitching. I've got lots of other projects going on that aren't related to cross stitch. It's within reach, so I'll grab it. This lump of, looks like a little chef's hat. It's actually Baby Yoda's head. I was lucky enough, for those who crochet, if they saw the Baby Yoda pattern that was released. Well, the child. So that's the pattern. Isn't that adorable? I was lucky enough to grab it before Disney, like, within a day, not even a day, came in and went, nope. That would be a no. You cannot sell that. But I grabbed it as soon as I saw it, so I got a copy. So, anyway, this is going to be Baby Yoda. I did mine more green, because to me, he's more green. He's not blue. He's way more blue in that. And then I've got a diamond painting going on, and miniature house I'm making, and painting my husband's Star Wars room, surviving kids, all that fun stuff. So, anyway, if you'd like, and you're enjoying the video, want to see more of my crazy kookiness, believe me, we're in my craft room. So, those two bins are all full of whips. This bin right here is full of patterns. These binders are all whips. That's my big 9,000 piece puzzle. Then, if you look over here, all of these are patterns. Those are my needle minders. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to show you the other gold mine. Right there. Those two bins. That's all hand-dyed fabric. Hand-dyed fabric on top, regular fabrics on the bottom. There's going to be lots of fun goodies coming. So yeah, anyway, we'd love for you to hit the subscribe if you want to be notified when a new video comes out. My plan is to have one come out every week on Sundays. You can just hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell if you want to receive the notifications. And I think that is pretty much it. So have fun stitching, or crafting, or sewing, or whatever you do. Have fun using your hands in whatever way you use it to be creative. I'll see you later. Bye.